Science has explained some of the most insane things imaginable. We know the universe is billions of years old. We can detect black holes. We can edit DNA. But here's the part nobody likes to admit. There are still mysteries so strange that even experts don't have a final answer. And these aren't internet myths. These are real phenomena that have been documented, recorded, and studied. Today, we are counting down 10 mysteries science still can't fully explain. Some of them are creepy. Some are terrifying. And one of them might be the strongest something is out there signal ever recorded. Let's start with a mystery that sounds simple, but drives people insane. In Taos, New Mexico, thousands of residents have reported hearing a low-frequency humming sound. It's not loud like a siren. It's worse. It's a constant deep vibration, like a diesel engine running somewhere in the distance. But here's what makes it terrifying. Most people can't hear it at all. And the people who can hear it say it's so disturbing that it causes headaches, nausea, anxiety, and insomnia. Scientists investigated. They checked factories, ventilation systems, radio signals, and even medical explanations. Some researchers believe it could be a rare sensitivity to low-frequency noise. Others believe it could be a combination of environmental sounds. But after decades, there is still no confirmed single source. Imagine living in a town where a sound follows you, and nobody else believes you. Now let's talk about something that sounds like science fiction. Ball lightning. For centuries, people have reported seeing glowing spheres during storms. Not a lightning bolt, but a floating ball of light. Witnesses say it can drift slowly through the air, sometimes moving sideways, sometimes hovering like it's alive. And there are even reports of it entering houses through windows. Then suddenly, exploding. The weirdest part? It's been seen by pilots, farmers, sailors, and scientists. But even today, ball lightning is still not fully understood. Scientists have theories: plasma, burning silicon, electromagnetic fields. But nobody has a final explanation that fits every case. And that's scary, because it means nature might be doing something we still can't replicate. In 1977, a radio telescope in Ohio detected something that instantly made scientists panic: a signal from space. It was extremely strong, extremely narrow, and matched what researchers expected an intelligent transmission might look like. It lasted 72 seconds, and the scientist monitoring the printout circled it and wrote one word: wow. That's why it's called the wow signal. The signal came from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius. And here's the creepiest part: they never detected it again. Not once. Scientists have suggested explanations: a comet, natural radio emissions, a rare cosmic event. But nothing has been confirmed. So the wow signal remains one of the strongest what-if moments in modern science. If it was intelligent, it means someone sent something and then went silent forever. This next mystery looks like something from a fantasy movie. In Minnesota, there's a waterfall called Devil's Kettle. And here's what makes it strange. Part of the river splits normally, but the other part disappears into a hole in the rocks. Just gone. For years, nobody knew where the water went. People tried to solve it by throwing objects into the hole: sticks, dye, ping pong balls, even GPS trackers. And for a long time, nothing showed up downstream. Scientists studied it and suggested that the water likely re-enters the river underground. But the exact path, speed, and structure of the underground route is still debated. It's one of those mysteries where the answer is probably natural. But it feels wrong watching water vanish like that. Here's a mystery that sounds small, but is extremely weird. Apollo astronauts said that moon dust smelled like burnt gunpowder. Yes, moon dust. The astronauts noticed it after they came back inside the lunar module. When the dust on their suits hit the oxygen-rich air, they described the smell as burnt charcoal, fireworks, gunpowder. Scientists believe it could be because the dust is extremely sharp and reactive after being exposed to radiation and vacuum. But here's the thing: we still don't fully understand the chemistry of it. And the idea that the moon has a smell makes it feel less like a dead rock and more like a place that reacts to us. Now we are getting into the darker part of the list: spontaneous human combustion. There are documented cases where someone was found burned so severely that they were reduced to ash, while the room around them was barely damaged. No major fire, no explosion. Sometimes the chair is intact. Sometimes the table next to them isn't even scorched. The leading scientific theory is called the wick effect. The idea is that clothing acts like a candle wick, and body fat becomes fuel. So the body burns slowly for hours. That sounds logical. But here's the problem. Some cases still don't fit. And no matter what explanation you believe, it's terrifying to think that a human body can become a fire without setting the whole room on fire. In the deserts of Peru, there are massive drawings carved into the ground. They show birds, spiders, monkeys, geometric shapes, lines stretching for miles. They're called the Nazca lines. And the creepiest part is that you can't fully see them from the ground. They make the most sense from above. We know humans created them, and they are ancient. But we still don't know why. Some theories say they were religious rituals, giant walking paths, markers for water, astronomical maps. But there's no confirmed answer. And that's why they feel so mysterious. Because they look like a message, but we don't know who it was meant for. Now, imagine finding a book written in a language that doesn't exist. A book filled with strange drawings of plants that don't match any known species. Symbols that look like letters, but don't belong to any alphabet. Charts that look scientific, but make no sense. That book is real. It's called the Voynich manuscript. It's been studied by historians, cryptographers, linguists, and even AI systems. And after all that, no one can read it. Some people believe it's a secret code. Some believe it's an unknown language. Some believe it's a hoax. But if it's a hoax, it's one of the most complex hoaxes in human history. And that is what makes it creepy. Either as a message we can decode, or someone spent years creating nonsense that still fools experts. In 1959, 9 experienced hikers went into the Ural Mountains in Russia. They never came back. When rescuers found their campsite, it looked like a horror movie. Their tent was cut open from the inside, meaning they didn't unzip it. They panicked and tore their way out. Some hikers were found barefoot in the snow. Some had massive internal injuries. One was missing her tongue. And there were traces of radiation on some clothing. The leading theory today is an avalanche. But even if it was an avalanche, why cut the tent open? Why run half-dressed into freezing temperatures? Why were some bodies so far apart? Dyatlov Pass is one of those cases where science can give a theory, but it still doesn't feel like the full truth. And now the creepiest mystery on the list. Fast radio bursts. These are intense bursts of radio energy coming from deep space. They last only milliseconds, but in that tiny moment, they release more energy than the sun produces in days. Most of them happen once and never repeat, but some repeat. And when scientists discovered repeating bursts, it made the mystery even worse, because repetition means something is turning them on and off. The leading explanations include neutron stars, magnetars, black hole activity, and extreme cosmic events. But the truth is, scientists still can't explain all of them. And some bursts are so powerful and so far away that whatever causes them might be doing something we don't understand at all. So every time we detect one, we are basically hearing a cosmic scream from something we can't see. So that was 10 mysteries science still can't explain. If you want a part 2, comment part 2 and I'll make another list. Which one creeped you out the most? Like and subscribe for more strange science and reality glitches, and check my channel for other mind-blowing videos.